In today's Kickstarter connection, we're looking at Captain's Gambit, Kings of Infinite Space from Cloudfall Interactive Studios.
As always, we want to let you know that our Kickstarter previews are paid for in part by our Kickstarter backers and by the creators of this game. Hey guys, and thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're looking at Captain's Gambit from Cloudfall Interactive Studios. This is from designer Mitchell Loewen.
It's a 3 to 8 player secret identity bluffing game that's coming to Kickstarter soon. We've got a prototype copy to check out, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, lay out the round counter with energy tokens and give each player their two-sided captain sheet with health markers and 2 energy tokens.
Set up your deck of cards for your player count, and then deal each player 2 permit cards and a random captain's card.
Your captain's card will show you what you need to accomplish in order to win the game. Goals include things like gaining a specific amount of energy or blood before revealing your identity, keeping other players alive, or killing players you have specifically targeted.
Before the game begins, players will close their eyes and enter the prologue, where secret tokens are passed in order to declare intent in the game. Then players will start the game and begin taking actions in turn order.
Each player will gain an energy token, and then they either choose to take a simple action by paying the cost shown on the captain's sheet, or they may take a permit action. Players declare that they are holding the necessary permit card and pay any associated costs, and then they may take the action.
If other players believe them, nothing happens, but players may also call each other's bluffs. If someone accuses the player of lying and they are correct, the lying player takes 3 damage.
If they weren't lying, they must reveal the card and then exchange it with a new one from the deck. And the accusing player takes 3 damage.
Actions in the game include things like attacking other players or healing them, taking energy, drawing new cards, and shielding.
At any point during the game, if a player is able to fulfill the requirements on their captain's card, they immediately win. If after 12 rounds, no one has claimed the victory, then Puck wins.
In the Captain's Gambit, each player will have their own secret role where they are trying to achieve a very different goal from other players in the game. They'll be doing that each turn using some very limited actions. For the most part, they'll only have 2 cards in their hand that they can play actions from. However, at any time in the game, players can lie about what those cards are, which opens up a whole world of opportunities for what cards and actions they can play in the game.
Yeah, and there's the chance that someone will call your bluff if you are lying about it, but if they're wrong, then they take the damage. And if you don't want to risk any of that on your turn, if you're one of the characters that maybe is just trying to keep somebody else alive and you don't want to risk it at the moment, you can take one of the base actions, which isn't as powerful or as good, but it will keep you safe for that turn.
Yeah, typically in the game you are going to be trying to kill off other players, although as she said that's not true in all cases. Usually to do that you're going to need energy, and so to get energy you're going to have to take that action. So there's a very much like a time order to what actions you're going to take in what order to be able to be the most effective in achieving your goal. If you've ever played the game Coup from Indie Boards and Cards, it's got a very similar set of actions to it, but as we've said over and over, in this game you have a different goal, so killing everybody off may not even be what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, and in this game, there are requirements for you to be able to take the actions. You'll either need energy, some of the characters in the game will require that you gain blood. So every time that you damage somebody else using the energy, you'll gain one of those tokens. And so I know one of the characters I played, one of the games you had to try and gain as much as possible or have the most at the table. So you're going to be trying to gain energy, that type of focus with that character. Other characters are going to have a very different focus in the game, and there are 8 different characters in the game, so you'll be swapping out depending on your player count. You'll be adding more roles for higher player counts. And sometimes, depending on those roles, you'll even have the prologue where there may be a couple of things that happen before the game begins, similar to how you might set up a round of Werewolf or Resistance, or one of those games where you have some before the game starts type of actions.
One of the cool things about the game is the theme. It's kind of set in this space piratey world, but it's all based on Shakespearean characters, and all those characters their goals are based on the characters themselves. So Romeo and Juliet have to find each other and save each other. Other people, Hamlet's trying to kill specific people. A lot of interesting things going on thematically based on what the source material is.
Yeah, if this sounds like something you're interested in, you can check out the Captain's Gambit from Cloudfall Interactive Studios, and then be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe to Tantrum House. Two-sided captain sheet with health marker. Let me just start over.
Things that may be cheaper. Is that a good start?
Kind of.
What do you kind of takes that starting point as their building block words and thresholds. Or was it a play at the same time? Was it a play first and then a book? Book, play?
It was a play, not a book.
Oh, I got it right then. Book, play. Jiggity jiggity jig.